Hi guys, welcome to this month's Q&A. We're doing it in the van. Lanky can't be here, but we'll just get on with it anyway. So what's the first question?
All right. What do you get up to keep yourselves entertained on tour?
I feel like this would be an appropriate moment to cut in some bits of video of some of the stuff that we did. So I'm going to click my fingers. Got it in my nostrils somehow. Okay, so hopefully that explains some of the weird stuff we do on tour. There you go.
Yeah, you've got the game, the band name game as well.
Oh yeah, what's that?
So when we see a like company name, sign, lorry, or anything like that, that's the name of the band. Then we have to come up with their first album, what genre of music it is, and an interesting fact about the band.
I feel like we've told the patrons this
Possibly
before.
have, yeah. We came up with a new one though.
Yeah, there's a new one.
We metal growl like road signs on the motorway.
Blue road
ones,
signs,
the blue road
specific blue
signs, yeah.
So like kind of get right,
China skills and
stuff like that. Yeah. There you go. Then new tour games.
Ever got any musical ideas while touring or because of touring? Well, the idea for Origin of the North was while we were messing around waiting for the sound engineer at a Bournemouth gig.
Yes, that's true. It's true. I mean, I'm always got ideas going through my head, but I don't think that's technically what this means. This means more, I guess, us jamming.
Yeah.
Like kind of some of the shows we've been doing recently, we haven't had much time to do that really.
No.
Sometimes you get a lot of time to jam and sound check, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's just get on with it kind of thing. So not a huge amount so far this tour. There you go.
All right. How do finances work on tour? Do venues pay? Do you get some receipts? Are all the venues different? General answer is fine, by the way.
Okay, well, the way it usually works is very rarely do venues do in-house stuff these days. It's usually promoters. And so I guess then the promoter pays us. That's probably the thing you're looking for. I guess maybe venues used to do in-house stuff, but not as much anymore. It's more individual promoters.
There are still some, though.
Yeah, but if you look, they are still set up as promotions companies usually. So, yeah. So even like the Black Car, that's still, it was Desert Scene.
I was thinking of like Trillions or something.
Yeah, I mean, but that's like rare.
Yeah.
And even then, he's got his sort of, there is a promotions company.
Is there?
So you just see what I mean, even then, yeah. So yeah, you get paid by the promoters usually. So that's how we get money on tour. And obviously sell merch, so.
All right, so what is your deal with Ripple? Is it one album deal? Any chance I might take you stateside?
Well, it's a one album deal at the moment. I have chatted to him. He really liked the last album, and there are some units left, so he might potentially sort of release the last album in the States, I guess, but that's all to be negotiated yet. So I guess the main thing that we have signed is a one album deal, but like there's always options on record deals. I don't know if any of you sign record deals, there's always options to continue it and do other stuff, depending on how things go and all that kind of stuff. And yes, some of the other bands that we know that have signed to Ripple have toured the States, so it's going to be an option for us, hopefully. Okay.
Do you plan to drop a single via any streaming platform before the album release?
Probably more than one.
Yes.
So yeah.
Which venues are the best when it comes to selling merch? How is the new merch going down?
Yeah, I mean, we obviously had a slight break in the tour, so that we haven't sold as many of the t-shirts as we probably would if we hadn't not had those gigs go awry. But the last show that we did, actually, we sold a load of vinyl, which was interesting.
Loads.
Kind of sort of. So it really does depend on the venue and the kind of crowd. Sometimes you sell nothing but t-shirts. Sometimes you sell nothing but vinyl. Sometimes you sell nothing but CDs. It's like, it really is
And
different.
Unfortunately, sometimes you sell nothing.
Oh yeah. And sometimes you sell a bit of everything.
Yeah.
So you know, it really depends on the venue and the crowd, really, to be honest with you.
All right. Highlights of the tour so far.
That guy who we never met, this guy. So somebody, when we were parked in a Burger King in Newcastle.
Oh yeah.
Some guy with a really fancy BMW,
yeah.
white BMW, had left his window open, and it was absolute torrential rain.
That's good.
That's a highlight. And obviously playing gigs and stuff like that, but that's kind of obvious. But yeah, it's man, it's hard to siphon it all out at the moment, actually, because we still got dates left. But it's the Edinburgh show was a particularly good one, and I guess the if you include the 2 festival shows that we did before we started the tour proper, Ripple Fest was amazing. So that still feels like a highlight of the tour for me.
Yeah,
so,
totally.
Because that's like, I'd say that's in my top 5 of shows I've ever played as a musician, let alone just even in this band. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, that was amazing. All right, last one.
Ooh.
If you have, this is a good question actually. I like this question.
Yeah.
If you have one bit of advice to give to newly formed bands that have just started gigging, what would it be?
Ooh. Do you know what I thought of straight away as soon as I heard this question? Do you remember in Edinburgh, that young band that we played with? Yeah, so there was a band we played with in Edinburgh, and it was their first gig ever. And the first thing I noticed about them was they looked like they were from the 90s, which is weird because they're teenagers and they obviously weren't born, but obviously
It is coming back.
that's come back. And they also, which added to it probably, is they did a load of grunge covers. And they did them really well. And there was a lot of memories there for me of like when I was playing in bands when I was younger. And I remember thinking to myself, like, kind of how cool that was their first gig. You know, and we chatted to them afterwards. They enjoyed our set. We enjoyed theirs. They really like that Smashing Pumpkins cover they did. That was really good.
Awesome.
And I was talking to the guy, and inevitably you do get onto the subject of their like, give us some advice. And I think I said something to him like something that I said to a lot of people. The hardest thing about being in a band is keeping being in a band, like keeping it going long enough, because that's usually the hard thing. Is you can form a band, you can be good, and then there's all these pressures on you when you're in a band, so many pressures, and that one of the hardest things is not splitting up. And that sounds weird, but it is. Just keeping together, keeping working, and keeping everything moving forward, especially at those times when you feel like nothing's happening, which, you know, happens a lot, and you get down about it, and then you have to keep going, because, you know, sooner or later there's going to be some good news, but you have to kind of keep it together until you can get to the good news. So it's kind of just keep going, and obviously the obvious stuff, like make sure you rehearse a lot. And I always think rehearse hard and have fun when you play live. Like, don't do that thing where I've been in bands before where you have really relaxed rehearsals and you just don't get anything done and it's pointless, and then you're not ready when you get there live. So rehearse hard and have fun live. What do you think? Put you on the spot there, didn't I?
You did, I was thinking about stuff. Like,
and then I just pushed it out your brain.
Sell stuff, because you're not going to make any money otherwise.
Well, yeah, I mean,
like,
have merch.
Yeah,
that's really
and
important.
like to like kind of expand a bit on the rehearse a lot, like play a really good show. Because obviously if you do have merch and you want people to buy it, you're going to need to give them a reason to want to buy it.
Have to impress people. Yeah. Oh, definitely. But yeah, I mean, it's just like I say, just keep going, and try not to lose that reason that you started doing it in the first place, which was to play music with people that you care about, and to get out there and connect with people that you've never met, and then somehow become friends with them through the music. And it's all about that kind of connection thing. Definitely, this is just my humble opinion, but definitely don't be in a band if all you care about is money. And if you want a band to be a way of making lots of money, you're probably going to, the statistics suggest that you're going to be disappointed. You know, obviously some people get famous and they make it, but like, generally speaking, you have to be doing this because you love doing it. So, and the police are coming to get you. Oh no, it's a fire engine. It's because you're so fucking hot.
Oh, that was good.
And on that note, thanks guys, thanks to all the patrons as always, and hopefully we'll see you on tour, maybe at the Swamp. So yeah, see you guys soon. Bye bye.
See ya.